Yo, what's the word? So boom. So this video is gonna be a little bit different from the typical that I do, alright? And I want to apologize to everybody because if you deem my words disrespectful, invalidating, or insensitive, I deeply want to apologize for that. I'm not necessarily saying that you're wrong and you don't know how I think. But listen, I'm just saying that if you are gonna make a certainty claim, or if you're so confident of saying a certainty claim, then you should be able to provide evidence or proof from the beginning of it, right? Because if you can't, how are we supposed to know that what you're saying is true? If there's an unknown lead, who's gonna answer that? Is it gonna be me or you? Not just inferences, but inferences are helpful. You can conclude something off of probability, but it's not a whole proof. It's not bulletproof. That means it could be plausible, but not end up becoming the truth at the end of the day. That's basically what I'm saying. I want to show you that in reality, these videos are easily fallible. They're not impossible to find out. And I'm not saying that you're right or wrong. And I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I'm just showing you can easily doubt them. And you don't have to believe my words. You can try it out for your own. You can do the questioning to me as well. It's not limited to, it's not restricted for me. But yeah, I don't think I'm always right. And presumably always want to doubt myself. I just wanted to get that out of the way. We'll start off with this one girl saying that how Christians feel after saying God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers or to a terminally ill child. And before I get into this, the whole point of this video, like I said, is to show you that these videos are not immune to doubt. They depend on anti-memes, and it's up to you to accept that or not, right? If you accept the unknown or not, I don't really care. I'm just showing you that it's not a proven truth. All right, but anyway, the argument already relies on thinking that somebody could be terminally ill. While that may be possible or plausible scientifically, it doesn't mean that it is epistemically. You can make that as an inference that someone is terminally ill, or if what you're saying is even a battle towards these people, or if they even consider it a battle. But you have to define what a battle is, or you have to define what suffering is, because it doesn't necessarily mean that someone is suffering because they're terminally ill. That requires extra inference from you. Do you remember the time where scientists said gay people were fucking ill? Did nobody remember that? Everybody moved on? They don't say that anymore, right? Scientists, for the most part, don't say that anymore. This is about dating apps, and it's a 3-part series, I think, or it seems like a 3-part series, but here he's showing that how the average guy is brutal on dating apps. And he's gonna try to show that to you through statistics, right? But does it actually hold up? So already he had 15K likes, right? 15K swipes. Out of those swipes, he had 47.3 of them, which is almost 8K likes. And out of that, he had 290 matches. The reason why, keep in mind that this video has 47K likes. In my opinion, you shouldn't just blindly follow anything. You shouldn't just blindly follow my words, but that's just my opinion. So you see the video, right? It's a slippery slope. Something bad happens, then something bad happens, or another thing bad happens. This happened to the quote-unquote average guy. But you have to think that this is the internet, and there is nuance to it, right? Like, it's easier to communicate on the internet. It's easier to go on the internet. That's not a proven assumption, but it is a plausible one. You just ignore that. This is comparable to real life, right? You see 10,000s of people every fucking day. You go out your basement, but what's the chance that these people would actually come up to you and start up a conversation, get numbers from you, all that bullshit? You see 10K people every fucking day. Even the most beautiful girls, I'd say they're just getting 5 people coming up to them just because they're pretty. That's not a proven assumption, but like I said, it could be a plausible assumption when you look at it from a certain view. If you compare that to the dating app, you need to understand that not everyone's looking to fucking date on a dating app. There are people who go on there for fucking money, or some of the girls may have been already talking to men, or they already develop a relationship with someone. Like, it's a fucking dating app. Someone could just be gold digging, like in real life. Someone could just be looking for sex. Same as Tinder. You get what I mean? So this was over the course of 4 months. You see tens of thousands of people every day. How many of them come up to you, have sex with you? How many of them make a fucking relationship with you? You feel me? And you may say that, oh, it's a fucking dating app. Of course, motherfucker gonna talk, right? It's not like in real life, everybody's just minding their business. But yes, you can counter that. It's a plausible assumption, but I'm not claiming certainty, right? I'm not claiming certainty. And if you are claiming certainty, then you should be able to prove that. Should be able to prove that. I'm just saying a plausible assumption. So the end to me is, the average guy shows how brutal Tinder is. But this motherfucker is just ignoring every other factor. He's showing the stats, but you don't know why the stats are like that. You're ignoring every factor, bro. You're just assuming that, oh, the average guy, it's his looks, bro. He looks ugly. He looks average. Somehow you make a fucking conclusion out of that.
And I do think that men are jealous of women generally, but especially the women that they partner with way.
So some of the biggest flaws I noticed about this woman's face were her filtrum lines. These are caused by lack of elastin and collagen in your skin. I also noticed her high set eyebrows, which lack density as well. Also, her hairstyle doesn't do a good job at hiding her forehead. I use Aram to scientifically break down all of her features and rate her a 5 and rate her as masculine. So I would recommend changing up the hairstyle to hide her forehead and also using an eyebrow pencil to get more density in your eyebrows.
You're already basing it on a criteria, which is within science. Like, someone could look ugly to you, right? And someone could look pretty to me outside of science. But why? And let's just take it for granted that I just found this girl attractive, no matter what the you did or tried to badmouth her. I just found her attractive objectively. How is that possible, bruh? So who's telling the truth between us two? You haven't proved if beauty is subjective or objective in the first place. How could we know that we're guessing or it's actually the truth if we're taking logical leaps to your conclusion? It doesn't make sense, right? It is plausible, but like, you answer that. You answer that yourself. I'm asking you. So yeah, man, like, I think you shouldn't believe anything on the internet, but that's still up to you. I can't prove that if you should or not, but that's just my assumption. All right. And like I said, for the last round, I'm not doing this to dominate you or try to prove you wrong. I'm just performing a so-called reality check because you think so certain of your beliefs that you may think whatever the you say or whatever you concluded as an inference is undoubtable. But that itself is assumption, unless you can prove that it is. I'm just speaking rhetorically to show how your logic works, or supposedly how your logic works. So stay epistemically humble.